Students, this is Abhishek Dikshit. Today we will discuss the topic the parliamentary form of government. Students, at first you have to know what is parliament. Parliament is a place where representative of democracy could collect and create law for public welfare. The government has three parts: the executive, who is responsible for putting decisions or laws into effect; the legislature, who is responsible to create the law. Students, in this picture, you can see the parliament. The first thing we have to know that why parliamentary form of government. Students, because the democracy have two options, like either people directly involved in government or just send the representatives. So they need a place where the representative could present and they discuss and create law for public welfare. Students, the parliament have feature of two houses. First is Lok Sabha and other is Rajya Sabha. Before that, we could discuss about organs of government: the parliament, executive and judicial. Three organs are related to government. Parliament is responsible to create and discuss the law. Executive is responsible for putting decisions or laws into effect. The legislature, who is responsible to create the law, and the judiciary, who is responsible to punish lawbreakers. In this way, you can understand the parliament is the legislative body of government. The executive include the president, the prime minister and the council of minister. So we discuss why parliamentary form of government is needed to just create the representation in a way to form the government. Now, two houses of parliament, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Students, Lok Sabha is also known as the House of People because this house created through elections, and elections where peoples are voter who form the government through their representatives. It is the lower house of parliament, and the parliament have total number of seats 552, where 530 members are elected by the people from different states, as India divided into states and union territories. So 20 members are elected by the people of union territories. If somehow some members of Anglo-Indian community are not properly represented, then president can nominate two members from this community. Elections are held on the basis of universal adult franchise, which simply means all the citizens of country above 18 years have right to cast their vote without discrimination on the basis of gender, color, caste, religion, region, etc. Students, the qualification of the members should be: first, any citizen of 25 years and above can contest the Lok Sabha election. The person should not be mentally unsound or declared bankrupt, means that person should mentally stable. Without stability in your mind, you can't take proper decision. And declared bankrupt means he or she should not lost all the money just due to some misbehave. So it means that they should have proper bank balance, that they are not bankrupt. Other one is she must also not hold any office of profit. Office of profit means that she must not gain any profit from government. Tenure or term. The Lok Sabha serves a term of 5 years. If due to some reasons the government failed to enjoy the support of majority, which means more than half members, then president can dissolve the parliament and call the fresh elections. Now students, member of the Lok Sabha. For the purpose of election, the country is divided into constituency. Constituency means simple, the region where same numbers of voters exist. From each constituency, one member for one seat in the Lok Sabha can be elected. On every seat, the candidates from political party or the independent elect member also can contest the elections. They called MP. MP means member of parliament. The party that wins the maximum number of seats form the government, that is called majority. But those who can't create the government became or form the opposition. Students, there are also, if a single party could not win the elections or get the majority, then the other parties also create or help each other to form a government, which called coalition government. Students, now the Rajya Sabha. The Rajya Sabha is also called Council of State. It is the upper house of parliament. Why this is upper house? The members of Rajya Sabha are not directly elected by the people. There are 250 members. 12 members distinguished in the field of art, literature, science and social service are nominated by the president. They are also known as nominated members, which means 238 members plus 12 nominated members. Rest of the members are elected by the members of state legislatures and an electoral college of the union territories, which means they are not directly elected by the people, but indirectly they elected through those representatives which elected by the people. Tenure, like Lok Sabha, there is no exact tenure of Rajya Sabha. That's why it is called a permanent body. It never dissolves, but few members serve a period of 6 years and 1/3 of the members retire every 2 years. The Vice President of India is the ex officio chairperson of the Rajya Sabha. Ex officio means that if you got a post, then you have some other responsibilities too. That is means ex officio chairperson of Rajya Sabha. Vice President is a post, and just on the behalf of that post, he or she could be chairperson of Rajya Sabha also. The chairperson conducts the day-to-day affairs of Rajya Sabha. The members also elect a deputy chairperson for among themselves, which means that a chairperson, if chairperson is absent, then a deputy chairperson could be on the seat of chairperson. He she take care of the affairs of the house in the absence of chairperson. Now we will focus on the functions of parliament. Parliament have so many type of functions like legislative function. The parliament makes law for the country. All the laws are introduced as bills in the parliament, and after approval by the both houses means Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, the bill become a law. Can you tell me, students, the law is at first? Yes, it is the bill. The parliament legislates on all subjects mentioned in the union list, concurrent list, and the residuary list. We will discuss later in this topic that what these lists means. Next function is financial function. The government imposes tax on the people. Money collected through taxes are utilized to execute its welfare, means the public welfare, and development programs. If the government want to introduce any new taxes, it has to get the approval of Lok Sabha, which formed through direct election of government. Annual budget of the country is also presented before the parliament by the finance minister of country. Annual budget means the total expenditure or income of government is discussed in the budget, annual budget, which is related to forthcoming year. The provision of budget can implemented only after it has been approved by both houses. Students, there are debates also in parliament. Debates on the issues related to national importance. Like nowadays, we have importance of COVID-19 kind of disease. In the question hour, the opposition can question the government on any issue, and the government is bound to give a response or answer. The question answer session and the debates are of the utmost importance, and the people of country get to know the reason behind the decisions taken by the government. Students, now we will focus on constituent functions. The parliament can make change or amendment to the constitutions. You know, constitution made in 1950, but nowadays so many social and economical changes are going on. According to this change, the constitution also need a modification. That modification only done through the parliament. Next one is electoral function of parliament. The parliament performs some electoral functions like electing the president and the vice president of India. Students, the president and vice president are not selected directly by the people, but by the representative of the people who are presented in Lok Sabha. Control of the executive. Students, control of the executive means the parliament keep a check on the powers of the government. All the policies of government have to be approved by the parliament. If the parliament is not happy with the working of government, it can pass a no confidence motion. No confidence motion means government doesn't have the confidence. When it is passed, it means that the member of parliament, the more than total member of parliament are not happy with working of government. If the government fails to win the no confidence motion, it cannot hold power. Then fresh elections are held to form new government. Students, the executive. Now we have to focus on that. The executive, as I earlier told you, it means the president, the vice president, the prime minister and the council of ministers. At first, we will focus on the president. In this picture, you can see from the beginning of democracy or parliamentary system, it means from 1950 to till now, we have those presidents. President means the head of state, but her powers are mostly ceremonial. Ceremonial means symbolic. They can't enjoy the real power. So the president is also called the nominal head of the state. The prime minister and his council of ministers have the actual powers because they are directly elected by the people. The president is elected by members of electoral college, consist of elected members of both houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and also the legislative assemblies, means from the state also. What would be the qualification of president? He or she must be some qualification, like must be a citizen of India and 35 years or above age. He or she should be eligible to become a member of parliament and not hold any office in the government, which means he or she should not be the minister kind of post, having the minister kind of post or any other post. Also, he or she should not be bankrupt or mentally unsound. The president serves for a period of 5 years. After 5 years, re-elections or a new president get elected. What are the powers of president? Students, two types of powers president enjoy. First one is legislative powers. The legislative powers, the president summons and prorogues or end all the session of parliament and addresses the first session. Means president can complete end the session of parliament and also address the first session of parliament. She nominate members to the parliament. So there are nominated members of parliament nominated by the president. She can dissolve the parliament on the advice of the council of ministers. Students, it is needed that advice of the council of ministers to dissolve the parliament. Other one, bills can become law only after president's assent. If president deny or just could not accept it, it means the bill can't become the law. A money bill requires the president's permission before it can be introduced. It means if government need to pass a money bill, it has to be at first introduced by president. Students, can you tell me money bills requires which permission at first? Yes, it requires president permission before it can be introduced. President calls a joint session of two houses to solve any disagreement over bill. Means if two house of parliament have any kind of disagreement, then only the president can call a joint session to solve the problem. Sometimes when the parliament is not in session and it is important for the government to take a crucial decision or pass some crucial laws. In such case, students, the president has power to issue special laws which called ordinance. The ordinance has to be approved by parliament once it begins in session. Executive powers. All executive powers of state are vested in the president. The president appoints the prime minister, the central council of ministers, on the prime minister's advice, judges of Supreme Court and High Court, the governors of the state. Students, it doesn't mean that prime minister is appointed by president with their power. Prime minister only could that person which got majority in the parliament. The president is the supreme commander of our defense forces and appoint the chief of army, navy and the air force. She can pardon and reduce the sentence of a person sentenced by a court. Any death penalty can be altered, pardoned by her. It means that if a person got punishment by court, that punishment can reduce, means altered, or pardon, means completely denied by the president only. She appoints the election commissioner and the controller, the auditor general. Election commissioner who conduct the elections and controller and auditor general who audit the budget of finance decision of the government. She also look after the administration of the union territories which are governed by the governors who are appointed by the president. When there is failure of constitutional machinery in the state, in any state, she can assume any of the function of the government of that state through the governor. The president can proclaim a state of emergency in the country if she feels that the security of country is threatened by war or external aggression or any armed rebellion. Students, that also done only on the advice of Council of Ministers. Students, now the vice president. In this picture you can see all the vice presidents till the independence till now. The vice president is elected by an electoral college consists of members of both houses of parliament. Students, the difference is the vice president only elected through the members of both houses of parliament, but the president was elected also with state assemblies. She must be citizen of India, not less than 35 years of age and eligible for elections as a member of Rajya Sabha. Her term of office is 5 years. Students, Rajya Sabha is permanent, but the vice president's tenure is there for 5 years. The Prime Minister. Students, the Prime Minister is leader of majority party which forms the government. Her functions are as follows. She elects the member of Council of Ministers for appointment by the President. Students, she allocate portfolios of minister. Portfolios means area they could work or the department they work for. She preside over the meetings of Council of Ministers. She coordinate the working of different ministries and is also the chief decision maker. which means the decisions all taken by the Prime Minister. She is chairperson of the National Planning Commission, which is instrumental in economic advancement of the country. Students, now National Planning Commission converted into the Niti Aayog. She acts as the link between the President and the Council of Ministers. She communicate to the President about all the decision of Council of Minister relating to administration of country and proposal for legislation. The Prime Minister represent the country of high level meetings and international organizations that require the attendance of the person who hold highest government office, which is held by Prime Minister. She also address the nation on various issues of national importance. Nowadays, students, you can hear about the Man Ki Baat from Prime Ministers. Prime Minister nowadays Narendra Modi is there. The Prime Minister can use her discretion over disposal of two national funds. Which one? The Prime Minister's National Relief Fund, which used for any kind of disaster, and second, the National Defence Fund, used to provide relief the families of those killed victims of major accidents or riots. Students, now the Council of Minister. The Council of Minister comprise Cabinet Minister, Minister of State with independent charge, Minister of State who work with Cabinet Minister and Deputy Minister. Students, these are just at level of the ministry. The biggest level is Cabinet Minister, and under that Minister of State with independent charge, and then Minister of State. The real power of executive lie with the Prime Minister and her Council of Ministers. The executive works through different departments of government called portfolios. Portfolio, students, means the different department such as defense, finance, industry, agriculture and railways. The Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers work as a team of principle of collective responsibility. It means they are completely responsible. All of them are jointly responsible to the Parliament for any decision taken by them. This means if one minister loses the faith of the opposition due to some reason, the opposition can initiate no confidence motion against the government. We earlier discussed it. If the government fails to defend the motion, the entire Council of Ministers will have to resign. The executive is also assisted by an administrative machinery called the bureaucracy or the civil services. Students, sometimes you heard about IS and PCS, DM, SP. They are related to bureaucracy or the civil services. They are employed by the government to assist the minister in formulating policies and implementing them. The bureaucracy doesn't take any political position or policy on policy matters. They help in drafting the policies in their implementation. It means they are creating the policies. The framework is there. Students, now division of power between center and state. Students, power is decided through the list like union list, state list and the concurrent list. Students, union list has subject of national importance on which we need a uniform policy throughout the country. Example, defense, foreign affairs, banking, communication and currency are included in union list. The state list contains subject of state or local importance on which the state government make laws. Different kind of states having different kind of problems. Therefore, they should make their own laws that related in state list, such as education, forest, trade unions, marriage, adoption, and succession. In case there is a conflict on any law made by both the central and state government, students, a concurrent list subject is there. The law made by central government prevails, means concurrent list having those subjects which can made students where concurrent list is there, the concurrent list having subject where state and center both could make the law. But if there is any conflict between two laws, then central law could prevail over that. Students, you can see in this picture, union list and state list having different colors. In center, concurrent list is there, which means both state and center could create law over it. Thank you, students. Now you should go through the exercise part. Thank you.